Hello guys, this is James here. I'm making this video for Nikos and for you guys in order to show you some of the features of the Spartan Power EA. This is the basic version, and let me show you basically all the inputs so you can understand what they are doing. So look for trend direction means the EA is going to look for trades going long or short, wherever you want. You can change it here. Then you have here a number of conditions to be traded. The conditions are basically the way the EA is going to look for crossovers or the mainly crossover. That's condition 1. Condition 2, 3, and 4 are mainly the retracements. So if you want a daily crossover, you will only look for condition 1. If you want a daily crossover and a retracement on the daily, then you look for condition 1 and 2. Obviously condition 2 takes into account condition 1 previously. If you want a daily crossover and a retracement of the daily and then go to the 4 hour, for example, then you will go to condition 3. So you have crossover, retracement on the daily, and then retracement on 4 hours. And let's suppose you want to enter on the 15-minute chart. So you go crossover on the daily, retracement on the daily, retracement on the 4-hour chart, and enter on the 15-minute chart. So this is their conditions. Entry style, this will means first entry will only look for the first entry of the EA. That will means it will only look for the first time there is a retracement. Late entry means it would look for a retracement as soon as you put the EA into the chart. Okay? And finally, all the time means it will be looking for retracement all the time. After that, you have amount of points to be added to stop loss. You won't be using this on this version actually, so don't worry about it. Risk versus reward. Even though you will not be able to trade with this version will show you when to enter the trade. So you can play around with the settings. That's your first trade, second position, and third position. I must tell you that the full version can split onto 5 different trades, not only 3. So this is basically this part. The amount of points to be added to the stop loss is basically the EA will look for the lowest point in the 1 to 3 parameter, and it will add to that lower point 60 points or 6 pips, whatever you want to see it. Okay, so this is in points, not in pips. Then you have your conditions. So here's your condition 1 marked by this crossover all the time. Condition 1 trading style means the candle close. Okay, let me explain you this. As the Spartan have, we are waiting for the candlestick to be closed in order to enter a trade. That will happen in all the major time frames, mostly 1 hour, 4 hours, and daily charts. Immediately means the EA will place the trade immediately when the condition is met, and this will be used basically when you are entering on the lower time frames like the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes. Then you have your EMAs. So here is the EMA temporality. This will be the 12 EMA. You can change this. You will not do it right now, but according to Nikos' strategy, we always use the 12 EMAs applies to the close price, and it's an exponential EMA. And then you go to the daily chart, because this will be looking for the crossover of the 12 and the 36 on the daily. If you would like to look for a crossover in any other time frame, you just move this to any other time frame you want. Then you have the slow moving average period, that will be the 36, so the 12 and the 36 here. Same, you can change or modify the slow moving average properties. It applies to close by default, but you can change it. You have the type exponential, just as Nikos marked, and obviously this 36 is also on the daily time frame. Okay, if you would like to look for this on the 4-hour time frame, you only change 4 hour and change 4 hour here. Condition 2, you will see these waves here, meaning it's a retracement. So condition 2 by default is set on the 24. Why the 24? because sometimes it misses the 36 by a pip or to a pip, and that's actually a good trade. So putting this to a 24 will help. If you want to put it strictly to 36, you can do it, make no difference. The candle close here is exactly what we put here. This means the EA will look for the candlestick to close. We are okay. If we were looking for this 36 in a lower period, like for example the 15 minutes or the 1 minute, then this will not be candle close. You have to change it to immediately. In that way, the EA will enter the trade as soon as the candle is being formed, and it will add, just as Nikos have in the rules, 3 pips. Okay, here's the extra 3 pips that Nikos points. Sorry, here's his point. It actually says pips, but it will be points. It's actually the 3 points that Nikos always asks us to add to that parameter. You have the retracement to the 36 as we put it. Here is the EMA parameters, applies to close by default, that's the way you should leave it. Applies to exponential by default, the way you should leave it. And here you can change it. For example, we are looking here for a crossover of the 12 and the 36, and then a retracement to the 36 in the daily. Now let's look this condition 2, there it is, and okay. And we are actually having here right now the crossover. The arrow will appear the next bar after the crossover because the EMAs are lagging indicators. So they will have the confirmation for the crossover after the candle. So we have here a crossover, and we are waiting for, of course, the retracement. That's why we only have here one arrow being shown on the chart. What else you need to know? Condition, here says condition 2, we already made it. Condition 3 and 4 are exactly the same as condition 1. They are just extra parameters. And allow screen alerts set to true, so you can have your screen alerts. And you can modify the font if you want to look this in a higher font. That's basically everything. Okay guys, I hope this is good enough. Anything else, I'll be here in touch. Obviously, Nikos can answer any questions you have. And thank you for watching.